Just let it go. Just ignore it. These are two of the worst pieces of advice that you can give a human being. When somebody is being raped, does ignoring it stop the rapist? No, it doesn't. It allows the rapist to go free to do it again and 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 again. Same thing with bad cops. Those cops in Colorado, right after Natalie died, them cops in Boulder, Colorado knew exactly what they were doing. They've been manipulating the law to incarcerate innocent people for a long fucking time. You don't stop predators by looking the other fucking way. Why should the victim be displaced? Why should I, after being victimized by Boulder Police Department over and over and over again for being homeless, why is that okay? The situation between all of the homeless and Boulder Police Department have gone on for decades. It went on for decades before I was even born. Why is that? Because nobody ever fucking does anything. They talk out their ass, but that's it. The Second Amendment is for if we have a tyrannical government. Well, guess what, folks? We do have a tyrannical government. It is stealing from the poor and giving to the rich. Stealing land from the poor and giving it to the rich. Stealing your income from the poor and giving it to the rich. But as long as you, the American dumbasses, have someone that is lower on the totem pole to take it out on, you will let them do any goddamn thing. You will let the government literally rape you. As long as there is a homeless person for you to take it out on. Letting it go does not let it go. Ignoring it does not make it stop. If you've got a murderer and he's already killed 3 fucking people, and you see him kill a 4th person, and you don't come forward, you are responsible for body number 5, body number 6, body number 7. As many bodies as it takes for that son of a bitch to get busted. Because you didn't want to get involved. Well, you can go to prison for a lot of years for not wanting to get involved. If you saw the murder, you are a key witness. If you did not turn in the murder, you are an accessory. Lovely, right? Just let it go. Just let it go. That would be nice if it actually fucking worked. You know, I just let it go when I left Virginia in 2016. I drove 1,700 miles away. I did let it go. Natalie Bollinger did not. Alicia Bollinger did not. Their friends did not. All of the predators that I have in this town are over the situation with Natalie Bollinger, every fucking one of them. from Scott DaCosta trying to hide his crimes, to Robert Warnick, the child molester, threatening my life repeatedly and assaulting me, to Chris Kurth, stalking me to multiple places. He stalked me to Nettie's Treasures. He stalked me to my mother's house on 1st Street. He stalked me to Sandy Fromm's in Lodgepole, the next county over. What did the cops do about the crimes committed against me? Nothing. That's not true, is it? They had to commit felonies to help registered child sex offender. No, he wasn't a child. The person that he sexually assaulted was a child. And the police, sorry, there are no police in Dual County, Nebraska. We got the Dual County Sheriff's Department, and that's it. Committed felonies. Now, why did they commit felonies to help Robert Warnick get away? Because all of those officers had already committed felonies, and having me locked up is to their benefit, and they know it. Now, there are people who need to speak up to the public. They do. Because obviously, if I say it, it's fucking ignored. Well, guess what? I've recorded what I need to. I need help showing it. My autism advocate, she could get on here and she could call me up and say, hey, I'm willing to try. She hasn't been. She didn't try to get a hold of the media. She did what everybody does. Oh, it's not going to work. So she never tried. And that's the thing, is that I'm making all of the effort. Now, that doesn't mean that she's not helping at all. There's other things she's trying to help with. She was the one who talked to my public defender. I'll say public defender for the lady in Scottsbluff. My public defender in Scottsbluff told my autism advocate that I should sue. So my autism advocate called the lawyer that my public defender said to call. And you know what that lawyer said? They won't pick up the case because they picked up a case like that here in Dual County. And they lost because it's Western Nebraska. We teach the men are men bullshit here. Your disabilities only matter when the law enforcement community can use it to victimize you. And then when they have to observe your rights because you're disabled, they magically pretend that you're not. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. They went back and forth in every single one of my court dates. This is against the law. The reason I am free today is because I told the truth. I told the truth about the child molesters instead of letting them get away. Law enforcement helped them get away. When I make these calls, I need someone who's got some balls. Someone who is not too cowardly to speak up. Laura Nelson knew a lot about the situation, and she should have spoken up about it. She had the opportunity to speak up about it. She showed what a piece of shit she is when she didn't. There's a lot of people that I'm not happy with, and I don't have to be happy with them. What Laura Nelson did is against the law. What Jen Beebe did is against the law. What these officers did is against the law. It is against the law to do these things, but it is universally okay. It is against the law to abuse a disabled person. But if you call them mentally ill, magically, your crimes are okay. Obviously, it's wrong to rape somebody. But if you rape somebody and call them mentally ill, they don't get heard. All the cops hear. The cops don't hear the word mentally ill. They hear schizophrenic, like most of the public. When you say mentally ill, people think of Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. They think of David Koresh. They think of Jeffrey Dahmer. They think of Ted Kaczynski. They think of the schizophrenic down the street who probably hasn't hurt anybody, but everybody's paranoid because we teach America that everybody who is quote unquote mentally ill is prone to violence. Meanwhile, we are less prone to violence. We are highly prone to being victimized and having violence brought upon us. You need to just walk away. You need to just walk away. Shit, I drove 1,700 miles away. You know, Sean, you ever think about moving somewhere else? I have moved elsewhere. Do you know how expensive it is to get an apartment? Let alone having to do it on disability income. Let alone having to go spend all of the money that it takes to move somewhere else. Meanwhile, the victimization that I have to endure every fucking day is not going to magically go away if I move.